When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. And it's Monday. Welcome, everybody. Let's bring on Periscope and Facebook Live. How is everybody today? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Chessie, good morning. How are you? Chris, hello. Happy Monday. Alyssa, how is everybody? Danielle, good to see you. Bright and early. Hey, Lori and Daniel, how are you? How's everybody doing? Did everybody have a great weekend, I hope? Lamb the dude, how are you? Thank you for joining. If you will, please retweet this. I want to bring other people in, if you will. Abolanese, how are you? Good morning. Home from, oh, great, Lori. Hey, Alan. Hey, Noel. Gold was so hot here in Illinois. Hey, Ann, good morning, or hello in, I guess in Europe it's a different time. It's morning for us. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Okay, as you're coming in and people start to come in more, I'm just going to read you just a little bit, part of the Psalm 57, and then we'll get started on the news. Hey, Tom. Be merciful to me, O God, be merciful to me, for my soul trusts in you, and in the shadow of your wings I will make my refuge, until these calamities have passed by. I will cry out to God Most High, to God who performs all things for me. He shall send from heaven and save me. He reproaches the one who would swallow me up. God shall send forth his mercy and his truth. Amen. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Lynn. Good to see you. Oh, it's 4 in London. Cool. Very cool, Anne. Okay, so let's get started. Today is the historical day of the Civil Rights Act that was signed in 1964. So very much a historical moment. Hey, Cully, good to see you. Cully making waves about his flag, I see. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so also in the news, let's see some breaking news that we had. Not a lot of breaking news this morning, mostly just that this is the anniversary of the 1964 signing of the Civil Rights Act. So that's the big thing for today. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. Hey, Rhonda, good to see you. Hope all is well. So over the weekend, did anybody watch the, I call them anti-Trump, pro-illegal immigrant rallies? Did anybody see those? I'm happy to say that I didn't watch a single one of them. Yeah, I didn't watch them. I didn't want to see it. I knew what it was going to be like. Hey, Tim, good to see you. I knew what it was going to be, and I didn't want to see it. So it's the same stuff, same rhetoric. Chris watched it on Periscope. You know, basically what it is, I mean, they got what they wanted, right? They wanted the children returned with the parents. They got that in an executive order. So all of these rallies, I'm sure, were already planned, and so they just went forward with the rallies. See that knockout punch? Yeah, I didn't see that, Cully. I didn't even watch any of that. It was short, 30 minutes. They already got kicked out. I just think that now they've moved on to, which was their real goal. Yep, parents, quote-unquote parents. Good morning, Marlene. Exactly what are they doing? Well, what they wanted to do was to get everybody released. They want to get everyone released. I think everyone in detention, they want released. First they said the children, and then basically it was, no, did anybody complain when Obama sent immigrants to a giant shed on the border in Arizona? No, Rhonda, of course not, because that was Obama, and so that was allowed, and it was okay. Anything that King Obama did was perfectly fine. Hey, Teresa. So anything that President Trump does, of course, is the worst thing in the world, ever been done before, and it's horrible. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Bill, good to see you. So basically, the goal is of the left is to get all of the refugees released. And I call them refugees. Most of them are still the Central American refugees coming over from Obama. They're still coming. The illegal immigrants, they want everybody released. They want you and me to open up our communities to allow people in, and that's it. They hate Trump so much. Yes, they do. Good morning, Ordit. How are you? Yes, no matter what President Trump does, it's not good enough. It will never be good enough. They will hate him no matter what. So why bother? And as I said last week, I really do think that President Trump made more problems for himself by signing that executive order, and that allowed hey Nina, the Supreme Court to come in and say, put those kids back together. Now, I haven't heard anything about putting the kids back with their parents. No, it doesn't fit their political agenda to show Obama treating immigrants even worse in conditions. Exactly. Nina says, I agree. Yeah, because Obama just gave them those foil blankets. The Trump administration, they have real blankets, real pillows, real sheets, real food. First they sign the EO, and then the Ninth Circuit Dems will probably repeal it. Well, Chris, right now it's working in their favor not to repeal it, basically. Put them together and send them packing. Dee, my sentiments exactly. You want to put the kids back with their parents, then put them together, send them back to the countries they came from. They're mostly coming from Honduras, Central America, El Salvador were some of the names I can remember. I mean, it's the typical thing when Obama opened up the doors and allowed these people to come in, that they're still coming. And the elitists want open borders. They want immigrants here to change America, to completely destroy America. And here's the thing of it is, they can be put back on the bus, get together back on the bus. Exactly, Chris. Here's the thing that I think is really chilling when you think about it. We'll chip in for going away gifts. Exactly, Jerry. I'll buy the bus ticket for at least one or two. The chilling thing that you should always remember, and I know you know this, but when you really stop to think about it, this was the agenda for a President Hillary. This is exactly what they would have done without any fanfare. All of those people coming over from Honduras and El Salvador and Guatemala and all those places, they would have been, the doors would have been wide open. We would have seen a policy of, come on in, bring everybody with you, it's okay. Just imagine the U.S. with open borders. I know, Dee, it's bad enough now with the borders about where they are. The thing is, they need to fight to make their country good, not just come here. Well, Nina, they don't want to, yes, they do, but they're not wanting to really fight in their country. They've heard that there's an open, open pocketbook here in the United States, and that's why they're coming. Hey, Tanya, I mean, if you want to realize what it truly is about, they want the benefits. Other people have said, hey, come over here. You can get free medical care, free housing, free food. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much for the super hearts. It would have set the conditions for complete socialism. Tom, absolutely. But can I tell you something, Tom, that is really, really sad? I know, just think that's what they need to do. Yes, you're welcome, Nina. What is going to happen is that we're seeing the Democrat Party, what's left of the Democrat Party that used to be the Kennedy Democrat Party of a long time ago. We're watching that party march even further left and very quickly. Yes, infiltrate with unknown potential terrorist gangs, drugs, jihadists, and those who will drain the economy. Yes, Jerry. So basically, the Democrat Party is going to swing even further left. You saw Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who won the primary in New York. She's now saying, oh, I'm so much more than just a socialist, although she is a socialist. I know, just think, she's trying to come out now and say there's more to me. But she doesn't say what there is more to her. There isn't anything more to her. People worldwide need to stop breeding like rabbits. Well, they're not going to. So just so you know. The only ones that are stopped breeding like rabbits are many people in the United States. That's about it. Okay, thank you, Nina. But so basically, I forgot where I was. Gosh, I didn't get much sleep last night. Maybe the new left-leaning Mexican president will fix his country now. Oh, I don't think so, Marlene. More trouble, that's why. Yeah, so back to where I was. The Democrats, they're socialists. New York socialist gal. That's Alexandria Escala Cortez. She's the one who is, oh, hey, original, saying I'm from the Bronx, right? Well, they found out, that I think it was the Daily Caller, found out that she may have grown up somewhat in the Bronx. Hey, Camp Allen. But she really grew up in a very wealthy neighborhood. So isn't that just like a socialist who grows up, you know, the silver spoon in their mouth, right? Then tries to pretend later on, oh, gosh, I'm really from the Bronx. You know, we didn't have very much, and I understand what it's like, what the struggle is like. And so then you find out she's really just a socialist. I like the idea of free education and job guarantees, but how will they pay for it? They won't, Chris. You can't pay for it like that. The money comes from somewhere. So the money comes from taxpayers. Nothing's free. I lose my place all the time, Susan. It's okay. Thanks, Wayne. I didn't have much sleep, so I have to tell you. It's the same here in Europe. Merkel threw the gates open wide, and all of us, the people, are suffering. Yes, Anne. And that's what they want for the United States. Good morning, Robin. That's exactly what the Democrats want for the United States. I mean, no matter what. She can pour from her condo. I didn't sleep either, Marlene said, like Trump pretending to be. No, he's not pretending to be the ultimate patriot. Goodbye. Hollywood, hello, how are you? Free is not free. It comes out of the economy someplace, mainly from taxpayers. Yes, Jerry. The only way is to drag the prices down instead of spending more and more. You know, the prices, I mean, the economy is, capitalism works if you let true capitalism work. And if you try to put in socialism and all this other stuff, it doesn't work. And guess what? Socialism does not work. It has never worked, and it never will work. No, I don't think so, Hollywood. But why don't you go to Hollywood? There might be somebody there who wants to see it. I think that, you know, again, what we're seeing is the Democrat Party, what's left of it, the remnants of it, are moving into a very socialist party on the left. You're going to see more things like this happening, like the election in New York. I really do think you're going to see that. And you're going to see all of these people just saying, you know, at one point, hey, I'm a socialist. Name one socialist country that is a success. Not one, Jerry. There has never been in history one that has been successful. But they keep doing it. You know, there was a show on, I don't know if you guys saw it. I can't remember the name of it. It was supposed to be a series that was supposed to last at least for a year. We do have tendencies of socialism already in place, already failures. Yes, Marlene. The Obama phones, the Obama everything else, socialism, fail. But there was a show on TV basically about socialism and how great that was. How can so many people be so stupid? D, read the Bible in regards to being blind and not be able to see and not be able to hear. That's how it happens. But that show brought in people, and they wanted to, let's just all get along. Let's just live in this free society. I'll help you. You help me. I'll take your stuff. Don't try to take mine. You know, pure socialism. And basically that show didn't last at all. I don't even think it made it through one season because it didn't work. People started saying, hey, wait a minute. I'm going out every day and working in the field or whatever. You're sitting on your butt. How is that fair? Oh, under socialism, it's very fair. You're supposed to go out and work for me. Hey, Lee, good morning. You're supposed to work. Whether I want to sit on my butt and do nothing, you're supposed to get out there, and I'm going to be taking my stuff from you. They promote socialism but deliver fascism. That's right, original. Hey, Eric, good morning. Hey, Nikolai, good morning to you. So basically, that's what socialism is. Socialism has killed more than all the wars together. I know, Cully. People always know instinctively, hey, chef, that they're getting taken for granted and taking advantage of. That's exactly what it is. Yes, Sharon, exactly. We need to find a mix, though, between pure capitalism and still taking care of the old and sick. Well, see, capitalism, the reason it's not working, what you're saying, you need to find a blend between the old and sick. If you would allow capitalism to work, I mean, we've had watered down capitalism / socialism over the past 8 years, and that's why it hasn't worked. We had maybe a tiny bit of tweaking that needed to be done to take care of that very small percentage of people who weren't covered under insurance. What did Obama do? What did the Democrat Party do? They went and changed the entire system to make it a socialist system. And that's why it doesn't work. That's why it failed. That's why the costs kept going up. Went on vacation to Yugoslavia before the war, and most folks there were desperate and low wages. Yeah, exactly, Lee. If we weren't taking care of illegals, we would have the money to take care of our elderly and veterans. Very good point, Robin. Robin makes a very good point. If we weren't taking care of everybody else in this country who wasn't supposed to be here, we're here illegally, we'd have the money. Politicians derive power from selling socialism to the ignorant and the disgruntled. That's right, Tom, because they know ultimately it will fail, and they can be in power. You know, the globalist elitists, they want to maintain their power, and that's how they do it. People follow along thinking, hey, this is good. I don't have to work. I don't have to produce anything. I'm going to be taken care of. I'm going to get free stuff. My gosh, I can sit on my butt and do nothing. Kleptocracy. Yep, original. And so that's what they do. And that's what socialism is all about. Until the people who are doing all the work, paying all the taxes, and having their money and their efforts stolen, they say, whoa, wait a minute. Congress just passed a bill cutting Medicare and Social Security disability, apparently. You know, again, Nina, there's not going to be Medicaid, Social Security, blah, 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 because of all the illegals. I need to read to be sure, yeah. But you're going to see more and more taken out of the hands of Americans because we're giving that money to illegals. Take a look at California as an example of all the money, all of our taxpayer dollars, basically. There's nothing left over. You know, when you get free education, free medical care, free everything, and the people in California are the ones paying for it, and that the leadership continues to want you to pay for more for illegals, it's ridiculous. You can't survive that. After a while, either everybody who has money is going to move out of California, and there'll be nobody else to get the money from. Highest tax state, highest poverty rate, Chris said. Yep. California spends billions on illegals. Absolutely. Lots of poor citizens need help. America first. Exactly. Think about that money that was raised in the GoFundMe to put back illegal aliens with their parents. What was it, like 25 million the last time I looked? Can you imagine what $25 million would have done for children who were poor? They're giving something like $3,000 per person for illegals, Chesney said. Wouldn't be surprising to me at all. I mean, you get everything for free. Let's just face it. The illegals get more benefit and more free stuff than the American citizens get. And they don't really have to prove anything because we don't want to upset anybody. We don't want to appear that we're not tolerant. We don't want to appear to be hypocrites or, you know, whatever. Disability is $7.50 in Texas, Chesney said. Wow. Jerry said it's more than $3K. Probably is, Jerry. Virtue signaling left can't see reality. Yeah, I understand completely. Just saying people like me will die with cuts and benefits. I know, Nina. I hear you. Haven't there been 62K children been killed by illegal aliens since 9/11? Chris, it's been a lot. Do you think they care? It's not important to the globalists. Chesney said, yes, it's over 3K. It's not important to the globalists that you have suffered, Chris, or that somebody you know, or that the people who have had their families, you know, the angel families that have their loved ones killed by illegals. You know, they care. Does anybody else care about what happened to them? Won't say more, just horrible. I know, Nina. I agree with you. There is an issue. We need to take care of it. But it would not have happened under Obamacare. Obamacare imploded. It's gone. I mean, wasn't anybody who was going to be able to afford that. Fun show. You have a keen mind. Thank you, Tim. The left doesn't care about Americans. They want to destroy America and will do it by any means. Nikolai, absolutely. These people have not confronted pure evil. $3K a month, and America with disabilities gets $750. I know, Chezzy. And see, that's just it. I mean, it's amazing. It's unfair. You know, America gives so much to all these other countries and helps them. And what do we do in return? Now we're giving we're not giving them out to the country. We're allowing them to come here, and we're still giving it. Obamacare definitely wouldn't work. Good block, Chezzy said. If there isn't enough money left when it's my time to collect, I'll be protesting with my walker, Lori said. Why allow illegal entry, period? Some true amnesty cases, but not as they portray it to be. Absolutely. And Jerry, I mean, most of these people, I'm sorry, I'm sure Honduras isn't the best place in the world. I'm sure Guatemala isn't, and El Salvador. There are plenty of people who live there who aren't coming here. And while it may be, I want to marry you. Okay. While it may be a rough road, and I'm not saying it isn't, and I feel bad for those people, I don't think that qualifies you to come to America and seek asylum and come in here. But, I mean, we're literally every single day we're allowing more and more and more people. And we're kind of backing off what we should be doing. And that is getting that border wall built. I don't know if that border wall is ever going to be built. I really don't know. I know we've started repairing the border wall, but we need to build the walls. Asylum is up with 1,000%, Chris said. It's just amazing. You know, the other problem is we have so much pushback from the left in the United States that if we had all Americans together saying enough is enough, it would stop. But because we have been infiltrated by globalists and elitists and those on the left, the liberal left, this is what we get. It's a little over than 1,000% than last year. Psh. Chris said, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Then we've got people like, you know, for example, the rhinos who try to make problems where there aren't any. For example, Susan Collins, who is saying, well, you need to, you know, we got to expand that list for a Supreme Court justice because I don't like who's on the list because it doesn't look like anybody is going to be pro-choice. Sorry, I'm trying to use my best Susan Collins voice. Why did she have to do that? Yeah, it's so frustrating for Shirley, I know. I have an article at susanknowles.com. Please go there and read it if you haven't read it already. She basically, for her, she's not up for election until 2020. I think what she's done, honestly, she's taken the place of John McCain. She knows that there's going to be an opening. He's either going to retire or, you know, God love him, pass away. And so she's going to be the pain in the butt for the president. I know, Roe versus Wade isn't the most important issue. Not only that, original, nobody's even talked about Roe versus Wade except those on the liberal left. And why are they doing that? Because for them, it is an important election year, 2018. So they're going to make it look like, oh my God, they're out to try to take women's rights away from them. They're not going to allow women to have abortions. Robin said, I don't even hear about the wall anymore. Dixie Doodle said, now that Mexico elected a socialist president, maybe he can keep them home with more handouts there. Nope, he'll be sending them more to America. Left wants to create panic. Yes, Chezzy. If it's Trump's choice, I'm so tired of the rhinos. I know. It's going to be built. Chris, I mean, I hope so. We've got to, you know, we've got to start. We should have started 2 years ago. We don't have time to waste. Get more people down at the border. But again, back with this Roe versus Wade thing, this is all made up. And also, let me just tell you something. When you go in, Roe versus Wade is important. Abortion is murder. And yes, there are people to get it repealed. Left's only platform is killing babies. Exactly. If the immigration bill doesn't go through, Trump can build it through the military. He can't use some of that money it's slated for the military, and I don't think he's going to be able to use that money for the wall. But anyway, all of this is made up, and Susan Collins is right along with it. When you're asking a Supreme Court justice nominee, they're pretty much not going to answer specifically about things. Their response is going to be more generalized, because you're not supposed to know which way really a Supreme Court justice is going to vote. So what you do is you say, do you believe in precedent, or are you a trendsetter, basically? And that's where Susan Collins thinks that you should be praying, interceding for the November candidates, and elections now, don't wait. Exactly, Jerry. Susan Collins thinks that if somebody says, yeah, I'm for precedent, I'll follow precedent, then she's okay with it. It's like, oh, okay, then they won't vote to overturn Roe versus Wade. So she can come out as the pro-choice advocate for her people. They shouldn't, because it depends on the case. Exactly, Nina, and that's exactly right. It's a ploy. Justices need to see the specific case. Exactly, Original. And I'll tell you, Susan Collins, the people who buck the system, the people who want to change things from the norm, that's usually the liberals. Okay, so you don't even know what you're looking for. You simply just don't know what you're looking for. All you're trying to do is come out and be this, the female hero, the hero of the women in your district, so you can say me too, and be out there like to get the pro-choice vote along with the pro-life vote. Come on, Susan, we know what you're doing. The left is so concerned about illegal children, but don't hesitate to kill off generations of American children. They make me sick, Robin said. Yes. FaceTime on MSM, Original said. Yeah, exactly. She went on Sunday. She had to go on every show. It's like, wow, you're just like Maxine Waters. You're not too much different than Maxine. Not the conservative women. No, not the really conservative women, but the millennials probably, Nina, in her district. The wall will get built even if we need to create a financial instrument to fund it ourselves. Tim, somebody was sort of kidding about that, about setting up a GoFundMe account. I'll contribute. If everybody contributed like, $50, $100 or whatever, we'd get that wall built. And our taxes are paying for it anyway. So, I'll contribute everything that I possibly can to get that wall built. And to get more people down there on the border and more technology. Legally can't do that. I know, Sharon. Buy a brick, Original said. Exactly. Left so concerned about children. How come no MSM? Left praising arrests and child trafficking. Well, Jerry, who cares about child trafficking when you're on the left? That's taking away money, right? Hey, Melanie, and if they talked about child trafficking, they would have to admit there's an actual problem. $50 times 62 million pays half of the wall. Oh, I'd contribute even with no money. I know. I would, Nina, I would volunteer to go out and help build it, lay down the bricks, put on the plaster, put another brick, whatever. I'll help out. It's so ridiculous. Oh, okay. Now, also, you heard that in Cleveland, there was a man, last name of Pitts, who was arrested pro-Al-Qaeda. There was supposed to be a July 4th terrorist attack that in Cleveland. Yes, everyone in the U.S. donate a brick. This man has a long criminal history. He's charged with attempted material support for a foreign terrorist organization. Now, I will have to tell you, I'd sell donuts or cupcakes for wall money, Jerry said. I'd come down for moral support. There you go, Nina. Exactly. My sort of cynical mind went there like, okay, did this... I believe there's a terrorist plot. I believe that. But did the FBI just bring this out now because we're not feeling so great about the FBI in the American public, and so this was a good time to talk about this to make themselves look good? I'm just saying, again, I believe it was a real attack and everything else, but is this the only thing that you've done over the last couple of years that you can come out and talk about? I don't know. Kind of weird to me. But anyway, Cynical, but I know. Too late for the FBI. Good PR. I know, Jerry. I mean, to me, it was like, here's a PR thing. Normally, oh, we can't talk about anything. We can't talk about any investigations. We're not going to give you any information. But, oh, look at this. Here's a terrorist attack that was just about to happen. It's definitely a call for the wall. Exactly, Lori. Exactly. Ah, unbelievable. So, I will see where this goes if we ever hear about this case again, which I doubt we will. And how many were there other attacks that are planned for July 4th? Yep, show and tell. I know, Nina. I mean, it's too much of a coincidence for me. Meantime, you have the former FBI director James Comey, who's in the UK giving interviews, basically anti-Second Amendment interviews, saying that, you know, he agrees with the 18 to 20-year-olds shouldn't have guns, and that semi-automatic firearms should be banned. So there's your former FBI agent who I'm sure carries a gun everywhere he goes, always has and always will, and yet he's talking about over in Europe, because they're anti-gun, how much we should have a anti-gun policy here in the United States. On the 4th of July terrorist plot, did you hear the part where he planned on giving military children remote-controlled toys packed with explosives? Didn't hear about that, Nikolai. Unbelievable. He needs to stay there, Nina said. Yes. Put Comey on the no-fly list. He won't be able to come back, Chesney said. Pull Comey's passport. Yes. Exactly, Original. Comey is here. Yep, I know, Anne. Sorry about that. Hey, Lynn, thank you so much for inviting. We're at the halfway point. If everybody would retweet this, I would appreciate it. Invite your followers. Sad to say we are due for another attack. Terrorists are all over this country thanks to Obama. Absolutely. Terrorists are all over the country just waiting for the word. That's it. Yeah, please take Comey. And please keep Comey there. We'll go ahead and we'll send a couple of bucks for you. We'll set up a GoFundMe account. If your country can keep him there, we'll give a few bucks towards, I don't know, housing or food for a year or a couple of months at least, if you'll just keep him there. Now, meantime, back in this country, on the liberal left, Seattle has decided, yeah, I'll set up the GoFundMe, Jesse said. Hey, Sherry, good to see you. Guantanamo Bay, there you go. Keep Comey, hashtag keep Comey. Love watching the British go after the cops at the Tommy rally since they don't have guns. Oh, wow, Nina. Good morning, Barbara. You're working. Hey, Sherry. The FBI gave a press conference earlier. Yes, and I saw that press conference that they gave. Send him to Comey Island. Is he hiding out? No, he's on his book tour, Barbara. He's got so many great things to do. He's not worried about anything, you know, whether there's anything that they can pin on him, because he knows he's got the Clintons working for him. The funds would go to illegals here. There you go, Ann. About the same here. So what I was going to say is in Seattle, they have decided now that they are going to ban plastic straws and utensils and become the first major city to do so in restaurants. So you'll only get them if you ask for them. The FBI has a huge lobbying and public relations machine. I believe it, Tom. He is mental, Barbara said. You think so, Barbara? Tick-tock, grandfather clock. Everyone tweet, keep Comey, hashtag keep Comey. Oh, wow, brilliant, Nina said. Yeah, I mean, basically, Comey he's just not worried. Absolutely not worried. And you notice lately, this is sort of a side. Have you noticed we haven't heard anything from Giuliani in a couple of weeks? I mean, he was out in front for a long time, and now Rudy's pretty quiet. What do you make of that? I might have to move up there. Shoot me now, Nina said. He believes his own lies. Well, Nixon did too, Barbara. And yeah, I believe that Comey does. He's a very sanctimonious guy who believes that he's doing everything on your behalf, and that's good for you because he's decided it is. Why is he quiet? Lori, that's a good question. Sociopath is Comey. He's busy divorcing his third wife, Marlene said. Psychopath, Comey original said. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's just gotten busy. The Giuliani just gotten busy with divorces. Maybe it's because he was causing some damage. Rudy was running his mouth for quite a while, Robin said. We have enough lefties here in England, Anne said. Absolutely. And we got enough here, too. But I think that maybe he was just doing a little bit too much damage. They brought Giuliani in for now. He got the Stormy thing calmed down. Yeah, he did, Barbara. Did you see over the weekend, hey, Randy, that they've talked about now, oh my gosh, I did it again. I lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough sleep. It's terrible. Oh, I got it. They were talking about Michael Cohen again. And they did an interview with George Stephanopoulos on ABC News or something like that. Thank you, Wayne. I'll be better tomorrow. I literally have had about 2 hours sleep, so you have to forgive me. I got beat up on Seattle for my politics years ago. Now, not good. Ugh. So basically, Cohen is saying, my first duty is to my family. And so now the word is, the word is now that, why didn't you sleep, Susan? Mostly because of the dogs, Danielle. Mainly because of the dogs. So Cohen said that, and so immediately what happens, the mainstream media says, oh, he's going to flip on Trump. He's going to flip. He's going to flip. First of all, he didn't say he was going to flip. Second of all, flip on what? There has to be a something there, and there hasn't been anything there in anything else. So it's one of those things, again, where the mainstream media wants to put that out there, so you'll go, oh my God, the president, he's going to be impeached. And because it's 2018, there's an election. Yep, there's no there. Gracie up all nightly said, no, just the dogs jockeying for position in the bed. And then basically they're obsessed like dogs with a treat. They are, just everybody moving around and kind of growling at each other when they move around because they don't look to see what they're laying on or who they're laying on. What about the nutcase media? Oh, you mean Jim Acosta? Jim Acosta, who was yelling out dogs in a pile. There you go, original. Jim Acosta, who was reading, yelling out, Mr. President, will you stop calling us the enemy of the people, sir? You know what? Here, Jim, let me just tell you something. Even if President Trump stops calling you that, which you are, no, Trump isn't God to his fan club. I have 6 problems, know the feeling. Thought the rally was, Red Hen was neat. I didn't see that one. They've got to ban him from the press room. They do. Jim Acosta, self-serving idiot, who at this ceremony in the back of the room stands there and yells out about 3 times, will you stop calling us the enemy of the people, sir? You are the enemy of the people. You have been. You proved that for 8 years straight under Obama. That you didn't even come out and talk about Obama before he got elected. You kept everything about his past secret. You didn't ask him any questions. Your hardball question was, what color socks are you wearing today, Mr. President or Mr. Candidate? Now, of course, I'm making that up, but I'm just saying that's about the hardball questions that the media threw at them. Jim Acosta he's just self-serving. He needs to go. He won't. He's probably the best person they have at CNN. CNN's probably really, really happy about the fact that he does that. A candidate held a rally there, and Bikers for Trump roared into town. That's great, Barbara. We know Trump's... Okay, let me just say, we know your agenda, so there you go. 2 Scoops, Lynn said, yes. Was Acosta yelling that? Yes, he was, Jerry. He totally yelled it 3 times. Some guy kept turning around, like telling him to shut up. And then some former guy from like bigwig at CNN wrote a tweet about it saying how self-serving and ridiculous that Acosta was. And I don't even think Acosta knows that he's self-serving, or if he does, he's too stupid to shut up. The Dear Diary was hysterical. Hey, Josette, good morning, my lovely Sue. Hug Gracie for me, please. I will, Josette. Attention-seeking, Lynn. Yes, and, they should dump him out. He was way in the back. Trump couldn't hear him over the applause. Yep. Right, original. Did the president ever say they were enemy of the state? I don't know if they said, if Trump ever said enemy of the people. He may have. He's a 2-year-old begging for attention. Yes, he is, Nina. He really is. And he tries, I mean, the guy, I don't know. He seems to be kind of, well, the bulb is kind of dim sometimes. When people are talking to him, it's just like, hello? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. And I'm not saying that, there's anything mentally wrong with him. I'm just saying he doesn't seem to light all fuses all the time. Enemy of the people, I think Trump said that, yeah. I think Acosta does a lot of this on purpose for attention and spotlight. Jerry said, not that I recall, he only says fake news. No, Barbara, I think he did at a rally once. I think I've heard it one time. Trump told the truth. They are enemy of the people. They are, Robin. Needy is a nice way of putting it, Nina said. Yeah, I mean, and again, Robin, they have been for the past 8 years, and they continue to be that. They don't tell the truth. They're not seeking the truth. They weren't under Obama. If they were, they would have talked about Obama, who he really was, who he, his mentors were, who he connected himself with, Louis Farrakhan, Reverend Wright. I don't know about Farrakhan, but Reverend Wright for sure. And we didn't hear anything about that. That would have been important to a lot of people, not everybody. And today, if that came out today in the climate we have in the United States, it probably wouldn't matter to anybody. True journalism is dead for the most part. Yes, Jerry, I believe that, absolutely. They are an enemy of the state, period, Nina said. Yes, they are. Absolutely, they are. They are an enemy of the state, yep. Let's see. I don't know if you heard about the mass stabbing that took place in Boise, Idaho. There was a man who, what it all boiled down to, basically they said later, is that he got, hey Amber, good morning, that he was mad because he got kicked out of this apartment complex, and this apartment complex houses a lot of the illegal immigrants, and he stabbed. He was a 30-year-old man from Los Angeles, California, who is an American citizen, I believe. He was accused of stabbing 9 people and injuring them at a 3-year-old's birthday party. And I think he got some of the children. Yeah, got some of the children too, Jerry said. Yeah, I mean, the guy was... seriously, you did that? 6 were kids. I know. Crazy, Amber. Crazy. Gang member tattoo. See, but gang members typically won't go after children, Lynn, and that's what's so weird about it. Why do they say you have the right to free speech that stops others from freedom, including the birthday girl? I know, a 3-year-old, Lori, a 3-year-old. Heartbreaking, those poor kids. I know, Lee, crazy. Well, there we go again, ban guns. Yeah, it wasn't a gun, it was a knife, psycho triggered. Yep, I didn't hear about that. It's insane. It is insane. Just absolutely crazy that somebody would do that and go after children because you got kicked out of an apartment. Woo! This is what we're dealing with in America. And if you wanna hear something crazy, that's the point a knife will do, or a car, a van, whatever. Barbara, baseball bat. I mean, seriously, he was a Was he a refugee? No, he was a citizen from Los Angeles. Zippity doo dah. Good morning. It's a sick mind that can slay with a knife. Yes, and especially one that can do that to a child, Lynn. Now we need to ban knives like London. Yes. Yep, absolutely. My godparents have a big picture of Obama, and they see no wrong in him, but they do not President Trump at all. Sad, they're praying for the Lord to open their eyes. Yes, Joseph, please do. Hey, Renee, good to see you. There was, here's a crazy case. I heard a lot of the kids were in critical condition. Did they all survive? Amber, I haven't heard anything more about it since yesterday. I looked for it. I couldn't find it this morning. Now this is absolutely a crazy thing that happened too. He had a criminal record, I believe, Lori said. A 24-year-old female in Michigan. This was at a birthday party, Renee, in Boise, Idaho. This man who got kicked out of an apartment was mad about it, allegedly went in and stabbed 9 people, including kids as young as 3 at a birthday party. because he was angry. Ugh. A 24-year-old female in Michigan was upset over her order in a Chinese restaurant. Uh, Allegedly, she pushed the owner's son, she assaulted the owner's wife, and then she bit off part of the owner's ear. Now, I've heard people being upset over your food, but my God, that takes the cake. Crackhead, Lynn, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. That is insane. And somebody had said, I know, Amanda, it's like, holy cow. Somebody had said, too, that she left her young kids at home while she went to get the food. I live in Michigan and never hear these stories, but you always have them. I know, Lori. Who knows what part of Michigan it is and what area? Do crackheads eat? I don't know, Renee. I guess eventually they have to eat something. But I mean, I couldn't believe that 24-year-old, and this is what you do. I mean, whoo. Yeah, Jerry, it's true. The left has normalized violence, so Nina, that's absolutely true. What's wrong? She didn't get an ear with her Happy Meal. There you go, Alan. She only bit off part of his ear. What's the problem with that, right? Starting to believe all symptoms of mass narcissism. Tom, I know it's absolutely over the top. Who would do that? You know, I heard about terror attack being stopped planned for the 4th. Yep, in Cleveland, Renee. We talked about that in the beginning. At those anti-open border rallies. Now what they're trying to do on the left, I've heard of finger food, but ear food. That they're trying to equate President Trump now, even more so, yes, Mike Tyson replay, more so with the Holocaust, Nazi, Hitler. It's one of those things out of the Saul Alinsky playbook that we're seeing. There were pictures depicting President Trump as, hey, obscure, nice to meet you, as Hitler, and there were all kinds of signs. Trump is Hitler, Nazi, concentration camps, ICE, Trump, Republicans equal Nazis. So you're going to see more and more imagery that way. I was called a red hat Nazi yesterday. Wow. Yeah, well, Renee, somebody was, I forget what restaurant, but a guy was recently fired for telling a guy to take off a MAGA hat or he wasn't going to serve him. So he was a manager of a restaurant, and he's no longer managing that restaurant. But he took it on himself saying, oh, well, there are certain times in your life you just have to stand up for something. Why don't you stand up for something that really has impact? Why don't you stand up for something that means something? Why don't you stand up for abortion, for kids' lives, for abortion to end? I wonder if that lady's kids get separated from her, the ear biter. Barbara, I would hope so, but something tells me they'll probably give her a pass. I heard that at a tea house in Canada. You're right, Renee, it was in Canada. Even my live friends have become hateful. It's crazy, Lynn. It's crazy. Now he can stand up in his living room. Exactly, Cully. Or the unemployment line. But again, if you want to stand for something that has meaning, then stand against abortion. Stand against Planned Parenthood. Do something that has value rather than a hat. Time to start beginning to eat pics. Oh, I missed that. Sorry. And it disappeared quickly there. Beginning to really believe it's a disease. I know, Barbara. You were right earlier. These people are biblically blinded, Robin said. Yeah. Sadly, facts don't matter. They don't, Renee. Yeah, a fever. I saw these people and so-called celebrities protesting for the illegal families to be reunited who broke the law. I wonder if any will protest for the killings in Chicago. Are you kidding, Josette? They don't care about people in Chicago. True story, yesterday protesters gathered for protest listening to speaker. Obscure said, being out of pics of the gulags, torture living conditions in commie countries. Yeah, Nina, it's so sad. All those people that went, it is demonic, Daniel. All those people that went through the Holocaust. Oh, replay of Kamala Harris. Ugh. Sorry, obscure. I can't stand that woman or her name. Just the mention of her name makes me want to throw up. But for those people who went through the Holocaust or their relatives went through the Holocaust, it's really an insult to be calling people who have nothing to do with it Nazis and all that. They were wondering the streetlights holding up their signs. Pfft, unbelievable, obscure. Kamala Harris will do anything to try to, get reelected or to become president. I am confused. Did Antifa tear gas themselves this weekend? I don't know. I did see something on Twitter where these people went in and they just went at it with Antifa because they'd had enough of it and they just started fighting them. So it was an all-out brawl in the street. I don't know. No one brings up the continuous killings in Chicago except true conservatives. That's right, Robin. That's it. I've been to Dachau and it's beyond horrifying what they're doing. Yeah, I just think it's a real slap in the face. But everybody knows about the Nazis. Everybody knows about what that means and who Hitler was. I mean, if you live under a rock, you probably know at least that much. So the Democrats want to take some imagery that you would be familiar with and how horrific it is, and then match it to whomever they want to try and take down. Sololinsky. One Antifa thug had a weapon taken from him, and then he was knocked out cold. Well, Renee, the thing I say is don't go out there and don't fight. Mad Max and Gavin Newsom spoke too, but it was Saturday, then City replayed on Sunday. Oh, God, what a combination. Mad Max and Gavin Newsom. No, they do not know they skipped or slept in history class if they would never compare. Exactly, Barbara. Read a book, Ben Shapiro. I saw that, obscure said. That is not going to help their cause. Lynn, it might with some of their people. It actually might. Exactly, that's why I was saying time to play by their book. I know, Nina. And I think, I have seen an ad that makes them look really bad and uses their stuff against them. But it doesn't go to the Nazis and stuff out like that. Yeah, pull out the real truth. Exactly. It's amazing because Mad Max said that she wasn't going to go to her rally this weekend because of death threats. Well, I really think now, looking back at it, what she was doing is she wanted to go to these anti-Trump rallies over the weekend, and she made up some excuse of why she couldn't go. And what does she do when she gets to these rallies? Again, talks about, oh, if you're going to shoot me, you better take a good shot because a wounded animal is blah, blah, blah. I mean, the woman is like asking and antagonizing and agitating people on purpose. Saw an ad too. It was really good. Obscure said, yeah, it really was. It was a really well done ad. Heard Ben Shapiro was ripping Trump on Bill Maher. Cully, he doesn't really like Trump. He really hasn't liked him, ever. I think he's a never Trumper. Antifa is gearing up. Some may infiltrate conservative rallies, pretend to be a conservative. Absolutely, Jerry, I can see that. What commie countries are like and what really happens when their left gets out of hand. Yeah, Nina. One of the angel moms said that 63,000 Americans were killed by illegals over 16 years. Awful thing to hear who is protesting for them, Josette said. Yep. They should be made to go to the camps that the Nazis built. I went last year. I'm still affected by what I saw and felt. I can't even imagine how horrible that is, Anne. They should go to Auschwitz. They should be made to go there. Then start fighting with Antifa protesters to make it look like conservatives starting it. Yes. Yeah, Jerry, I think we're going to see more of that as well. But as for Maxine Waters, I mean, that woman has absolutely just lost it. She wants to antagonize people. I don't know, maybe she wants to get shot. I mean, she's certainly, egging people on instead of staying quiet. I'm not violent. I never hit anyone ever, but I'd hit Mad Max and Harris and say, snap out of it. Oh, Obscure said. She needs to be shamed. You'd think opening her mouth, that would do it, Chesney, but it doesn't. He just said if there were crimes to show proof and bring on the indictments if crime was committed, yes. Dachau was so horrible, I could feel the evil from miles away. Oh, Nina, I would hate to go there. That's where I went, to Auschwitz. I can't even imagine. Part of the long game was to keep young people dumb so we could come to this easily led. You know, Barbara, they started working on this in the early 1900s to try to brainwash children, and they really have started to very much get a strong hold and succeed. Nita said, I will never forget. Obscure said, yeah, really. Maxine is going to get people on the right killed, and then she'll have some real problems. Nikolai, I mean, it's crazy. That woman needs to keep her mouth shut and quit trying to stir up violence against herself or against anyone else. It's absolutely wrong that she's doing that. Everyone should have to go. I know, Anne. Whew, they don't teach that part of history. They don't, Obscure. They really don't. They barely teach about Anne Frank and about what happened and who she was. I think they took that book off the learning about it. Jefferson Hospital is on lockdown. Where is that at, Lynn? Wow. So it's Monday morning, another lockdown. I mean, come on. This is craziness. Judicial Watch was suing Maxine. Yep, she needs to be on the no-fly list, but send her away first. Good deal, Chesney. Ben Shapiro is like a few others. He is only for himself, Barbara said. Not sure, live feed. Bill gave me a thumbs up on the Waters thing. I agree. I think half of the problem in this country is that we don't know how spoiled we are. Nina said, well, you know, the thing of it is, I think that most of the young people have just been brainwashed, and unfortunately parents sat back and let it happen. I'm sure you heard about Laura Ingalls Wilder books being removed. Yep. Jefferson, Missouri. I know. I wondered about that, Jerry, but I don't know. We need to require service in third world countries. Yeah, well, I don't know about, you know, third world countries. I mean, if people want to go, but, you know, Nina, there's plenty of third world looking countries right here in America where children could be helped. I mean, I agree we need to see what's out there and help people, but we need to help people in this country. We could have helped resolve, you know, a lot of poverty a long time ago. Waters feels if she got shot, she would win election. Watch if she will get shot, and it will not be. Yeah, just an eye-opener for people is what I mean. No, I knew what you meant, Lena. I agree. Bad she will have it done or hire it done. Yes, Tom Sawyer also, and To Kill a Mockingbird 2, history rewritten, Jerry said. Yes. Did that a lot under Obama. They took a lot of books off the shelves, rewrote history, changed things, you know. I don't know why you would want to do that when history is real. And I guess people just don't want to see history repeat itself, or they don't want to know when it's happening. I have no idea. It's just crazy. Let's see. President Trump has named Ronald Vitaglio as he's the acting director of the acting director commissioner of Border Patrol. He's been named to head ICE. So he'll have to be, he's nominated, now he has to be confirmed. History class equal all the government that's murdered their people. Yes, Tom, they want to erase what they don't like. Exactly. And they're doing a really good job of it. So let's hope that this man who has been with the Border Patrol like for 25 years or something like that gets in to be the head of ICE. That would be great. I hope Maxine Waters is speaking the truth about being threatened. If not, God help her. She badly needs it. I know just that. I love Little House, Truth of Life on the Prairie, Barbara said. Yeah, I mean, if Maxine is making this stuff up, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, Josette, because the left is willing to go that low, honestly. It's terrible. Very, very terrible. Let's see if I can get anything else in here really quickly. 31 illegal immigrants and children were found alongside the north side of the Rio Grande River near Hidalgo, Texas. They were from Honduras, Central America, Guatemala, and El Salvador. They had been dumped there. The left lies constantly, Robin said. Lynn said forked tongues. Yeah. I honestly don't believe anything that Maxine Waters is saying. I don't know too much about new nominee. I'm worried because Bush Obama holdover. Well, he's been with the Patrol for a long, 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 long time. So, I think he would be great to do to head ICE. POTUS surprised a wedding couple. I know, I saw that. It was so great. Open Borders, the organization, should be sued. Yeah, Barbara, they should be. And be put out of business. But they've got that Soros money, so nothing's going to happen to them. Because it's Soros that made all of that happen and all these people come here. All right, guys, we are out of time. Hope you have a great day. And I'm going to try to take a quick nap because of my lack of sleep. Just have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah, I'm scared. I think so. I think he'll probably do a good job because he's doing a good job with the Border Patrol. All right, everybody, God bless you. We will see you back here again.